Poppy K and her weekly vlogs, shopping, reading and her monologues. Poppy K and her weekly vlogs. Poppy K, subscribe, like, comment and share. We're here. It's Shrewsbury prison. Someone help me, I need to get out. Here we go. Oh no, it's a fridge. I thought it was a urinal. Cool, you don't want to be the officer sat in there if one of them gets out, do you? Does wonders for your double chin, that. Oh, Christ. Yeah. There's a place, is it Leicester? Or somewhere, anyway, they've converted it into a hotel. A top-end hotel. Don't drop the phone. No, I don't want to, I'm scared. The thing. Went to Shrewsbury with my mum for the weekend, had a great time, really good. So back now, just had a shower and a bath and I'm just getting Sunday dinner on. So you'll have seen what we did. I'm going to now that I've got all clean, I am going to sit and read my book. I'm going to read In Defense, is it In Defense of Witches? Something like that, anyway. So I'm going to read that and get dinner ready and then see what happens. Go to work tomorrow, do the shopping, you know, that type of stuff. So I will catch up with you in a bit and let you know what I think about this book. My little croissant. This is breakfast, and I am going to carry on reading a little bit of this, In Defense of Witches. It is translated from French by Sophie R. Lewis, and it is written by Mona Chollet. So that is the book. I was influenced to read this by me, Johanna, myself. Me, Johanna, my dogs and books. My book, dogs, myself, dog. Books. Anyway, and this is basically, well, the title of the book is In Defense of Witches, Why Women Are Still on Trial. And it goes through all sorts of things about feminism and, okay, the witch trials have finished, but there is still oppression of women and things like that. I mean, I've been highlighting things like that, you know, in the book, annotating, and there's some really great bits that I have managed to underline. Bear with, I'm just going to try and find them. I mean, it goes through modern times and also the witch hunts and things like that in Europe, as well as, I think it mentions Salem and things like that. But this is one of the quotes that I've got here. And it's the campaign, this was in European campaign. The campaign led between 1587 and 1593 in 22 villages in the region of Trier in Germany. The starting point, also the epicenter, along with Switzerland, of the witch hunts, was so relentless that in 2 of the villages, only 1 woman was left alive. In total, 368 women were burnt. So it goes into saying things like, if you were middle-aged, sort of my age now, had I been around then middle-aged as I am, going through the menopause or what have you, you would have been burnt, or you would have been hunted as a witch. So, oh, and there was this other thing. This was actually terrible. Basically, there was a woman walking through the street and she paid, well, there was some soldiers there, and I think that they wanted to grape her, and she basically paid them and said, please don't, here's some money, whatever. Then someone reported this and reported it to the wife's husband, and he basically said that it was a poor representation of a woman and had her burnt as a witch anyway. So she was trying to protect herself from being attacked. Just awful. So basically, I'm 65 pages in, thoroughly enjoying it. It's a very informative book, and I kind of have to read it in little chunks. So I will be back to let you know how this goes, but really enjoying it so far. In other news, I picked this up over the weekend. So it is the Fugler. I love these. I think these are so cute. I've got one upstairs. In fact, I've got 2 upstairs. Actually, I've got 2. So I thought I'd do this one. So I'm going to let you see it first. That's just paper. It's a key ring. You can only see the back. Cute. Look at that. So I got that one. That's really cute, actually. So yeah, I thought I'd treat myself. I'm going to do a bit more reading and I will come back to you. Well, hello. I finished In Defense of Witches by Mona Chollet and translated by Sophie L. Lewis. This book, I need to lend it to one of my friends. I think they would appreciate it. This book is very thought-provoking, very annoying, very informative, very relatable. I have, as I said, annotated not a lot, but just a few little bits and pieces. But there are just some things in here that make me rage a little bit. You know, there's quite a few things. I mentioned them earlier on in the video, but if you are into, I mean, I wouldn't class myself as a feminist. This is what I'm saying. I don't, as I say, class myself as a feminist at all. I don't know, but it's really made me think. There are some bits of feminism I don't agree with, but there are some bits of feminism I do agree with. So, but it's a good mix in here, and I think if you are into feminism in any way, then yes, I would definitely read it. If you are into witches or anything like that as well, it's actually quite a thought-provoking book, as well as to how the persecution of witches back in the day, not witches, the persecution of women, let's say that, the persecution of women in the past and now, even to this day, still carries on. However, there are some really humorous moments in here as well. So, but I would recommend, it's a great book. If you can get it out in the library, do that. Honestly, I think it's a well worth read. So that being said, I think the next book I'm going to read for next weekend's vlog is How to Kill a Witch. And that is by the two ladies, I can't remember the names offhand, Claire and something Bandatotsky. Anyway, the Witches of Scotland. I will go into it more next week. So that is it. I am literally finished that. And I want to say, firstly, I want to say thank you for a great weekend. Going to Shrewsbury and all that was really good fun. Reading my book and you joining me. Thank you very much. Not sure what we're doing this weekend. Might just be having a chillax weekend, who knows, but you will be able to join me. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.